My gosh. Okay, we are recording. So guys, we have a strength and conditioning session tonight. So we've got this workout. Everything pairs together nicely. All right. All of the movements that we're gonna do complement each other beautifully. So I will show you just the board so that you have an idea of a roadmap of where we are going. As always, we're going to begin our class with. So 1 second, let me let Monique in. We're going to be starting out with some mobility. We're going to focus on the joints and sections of our body that we are going to mostly be using during our workouts. Tonight, we've got 3 parts of our workout. All right. So we are starting out. We've got a part 1, a part 2, and part 3. Parts 1 and 3 tonight are actually going to be timed. All right. So we are going to be working against the clock. I am a big fan of time sets, especially for a group of mixed abilities, because time sets means that we are focusing on time. So however many reps you do, our focus is on doing however many reps you can do well. Going for time does not necessarily mean go balls to the wall, kill yourself, exhaust yourself, go as fast as you can. Time, especially for what we're doing tonight, we're going to be focusing on how many reps can you do perfectly. For one person, that might be 5. For another person, that might be 15. Both are great. So again, our part 1, we're focusing on simple movements. All right. We're going to be warming up the body. We're going to be moving at a pretty fairly high pace. We're going to hit a couple rounds of those quick intervals, 15 seconds work time, only 5 seconds rest time, just enough to kind of jump from one to the other. After we're done with that, we're going to go into part 2. That's going to be our strength portion of the workout. If you were in my class last night, we had actually flip-flopped that, where we were working our strength, where we worked our strength first and conditioning second. Tonight, we're going to reverse it, which is a different experience, because obviously we're exhausting ourselves a little bit more before going into moving our weight. For our strength portion tonight, we're going to be working a lot on our hinge pattern. All right, we're going to be working some hinging. We're going to hit some nice upper body work. As always, mixing in some nice mobility movements in there. And then for our finishing round, we're going to be going for time again. This time, we're going to be kind of marrying those strength and conditioning portions together. So taking our strength patterns, losing some of that weight, and working on being a little bit more explosive. So that's kind of a roadmap, just so that you know where we're going. In the meantime, let's get moving. So let's start out from a standing position tonight. We're not going to spend too much time on mobility tonight, since our part 1 is kind of an extension of our warm-up. But let's get everything moving. So we are going to start out. Let's bring your hands down at your side. All right, first and foremost, I want you to push those shoulders forward, shrug them up, pull them back, slide them down as much as you can. So we're opening up that chest. And we're going to begin moving our neck. So let's go chin down to your chest. And then from there, we're going to point your chin up. And just take that back and forth a couple times for me. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. Just working into that neck. Anytime we move our neck, we always want to move it slowly. Move it slowly, work out any kinks, any stuff that might be there, especially if you work at a desk and you spend a lot of your day hunched forward. And bring that head back to center. Now from here, we're going to hit some lateral neck movement. So I'm going ear to shoulder, right ear over right shoulder, left ear over left shoulder, opening up that side neck. Again, go slow. And let's go one more time each side. And bring that head back to center. Now from here, we're going to hit some rotations. So chin over the right shoulder, chin over the left shoulder. And bring that back to center. All right, now from here, we're going to go both hands out in front. You can make fists for me. We're going to work our scapula. So from here, we're going to work our protraction and retraction. So for my protraction, I'm keeping my spine still. I'm keeping my hips and glutes still. I'm going to push my shoulders as far forward as I can. Then I want you to pull those shoulders back as far as you can. So just pushing forward, pulling back. Keeping in mind, if it helps you with a visual, this is a motion that we want to pay attention to in our planks, in our push-ups, in our rows. Let's hit that one more time, forward and back. And now from here, I want you to bring both arms up overhead. So imagine here that you just finished pressing 100 pounds overhead, all right? You're locking that weight out. From here, we're gonna elevate and depress our scapula. So I'm gonna turn and just bring my back to the camera so that you can see hopefully a little bit better. But from here, I want you to shrug those shoulders up as high as you can, then actively pull them down as far as you can. Notice I'm looking for zero bending in the elbow, zero movement in that wrist. We're only working on our shoulder blade. Also keep in mind with your neck, I want you to keep that neck nice and just relaxed. All right, we're just gonna work this one more time, up and down. Maybe you're getting a little bit of heat in your shoulder. And after that last time, I want you to drop that left arm down at your side. Now from here, I want you to bend your right elbow so fist comes behind your head. And now extend your elbow. So bend and extend. Let's hit 2 more reps. Good, and drop that right arm down. Now my left arm is gonna go up, make a fist, bring that fist behind your head, and let's hit some left arm elbow hinges. One more. Good, now from here, I want you to leave that left hand behind your head. You can unrelease that grip, so just make your fingers loose. Now from here, I want you to bend that right elbow, all right? So you've got your right hand coming up your back, your left hand coming down your back. Now from here, pull both hands away from your back, extend both arms, and switch and rotate. And we're gonna hit these S rotations here, back and forth 10 times total. So I'm extending my elbows, I'm rotating my shoulders, getting this nice fancy switch going. Getting our shoulders nice and warm. I said 10, I'm not counting, so I'm relying on you guys for when you stop. Like we're gonna spend the whole 45 minutes here. Good, finish those up, guys, and I want you to bring both arms out to the side. All right, now from here, keep those arms up nice and slowly. Just start giving me some axial rotations. Slowly letting those arms get heavier and heavier. And let them flop down. Now we're rotating side to side. Woo. All right. And back to center. All right, let's bring both hands to your hips. All right, I want you to separate your feet a little bit wider than hip width. And from here, let's take some nice big hip rotations. And switch direction. Does anybody else crack like 72 times every time they do this? Because I know we all do this every day. All right, stand up. All right, now from here, I want you to bring your feet back to hip distance. All right, so from here, we're just gonna hit some simple pelvic tilts. You might not be able to see this that well because I'm kind of wearing like baggy black clothes, but I want you to bring your hands around your hip joints, all right? So if I'm going like this, I'm grabbing hold of those like bony parts in front of your hips and then behind. So from there, that's your pelvis. I want you to just tuck and scoop and then tuck it back. All right, so if you can imagine that your pelvis is like a bucket of water, if I tilt forward, the water spills out the front. If I tilt back, it spills out the back, all right? So we're just gonna practice mobilizing our pelvis a little bit here. Just tuck and untuck. Now, keep in mind, when you're scooping forward, when the water is pouring out the back, that's the top of your deadlift, all right? That's also the position that I want your pelvis in when we do movements like pressing or like when we're standing at the top of any of our strength movements, like the top of a squat, the top of a deadlift, the top of a kettlebell swing. Also in a plank, any type of like high tension position, that's what protects your lower back. All right, so if you're ever doing any type of a lift and you feel any type of pain in your lower back, take a note of your pelvis. Where is that pelvis position? Make sure that you're scooped in nice and tight. All right, let's take 2 more reps here. What's that? I thought somebody said something. All right, shake that out. All right, from here we are gonna bring it down to the ground. All right, we're gonna give our hips a little bit of love. All right, so bring this down to the ground. All right, from here, we're gonna take a 90-90 position. I apologize, I know my lighting is not great. I will fix that, I promise. So for your 90-90, I'm looking for a right angle, all right, a 90-degree angle with that front leg, all right? Your shin should be in line with your hips, all right? Knee is right in line with that right hip. Your back leg mirrors that front leg. So I've got one hip externally rotated, one hip internally rotated. All right, so from here, we're gonna hit some shin box rotations. So options, if this is a very difficult position for you to sit in, which for a lot of us it is, you can take your hands out to the side and back behind you to kind of use them as an assist, as like a kickstand. You could either bring your hands here, or if you feel mobile in this position, I want you to sit up nice and tall, shoulders over hips. All right, so from here, feet stay where they're at. We're rotating our knees back and forth. All right, so I'm rotating internally and externally with both hips high. And I'm squishing my kitten. All right, so we're gonna go back and forth, guys, anywhere between 5 and 10 reps on each side, whatever feels good for you. And when you finish up those reps, I want you to bring both hands down, flip it over to all fours, and we're gonna finish up this warm up with some cat-cow. All right, and for your cat-cow, again, bring yourself to all fours. So we've got hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. I want you to do a little check-in with your shoulders there. Make sure that your shoulders are slightly externally rotated. A way that you can do that is take a look at the pits of your elbows. Turn those elbow pits so that they're pointing towards your fingers. All right, then from there, we're going back and forth between spinal flexion and spinal extension. Not forcing any movement here. I want you to just try to make these reps as smooth as you can. And if any spot feels particularly tight or not fun to you here, take a little pause in that position, all right? For some of us, that might be our low back, all right? You could take that time and just focus on, Can anybody see what's going on in my place on this camera right now? This is ridiculous. Hi. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Anyways, when you guys are done with those reps, you can stand up. Oh, and we are going to get into part one. All right. So for part one, we have, oh my gosh, 5 different movements that we are focusing on. I am going to be doing part one along with you, so I don't expect you to remember everything. But the way that we are working this, we've got timed intervals, moving quickly, 15 seconds as our work time for each movement with only 5 seconds of rest in between. So we're going quickly from one movement to the other. All right, so let's go through our movements. They are simple, simple, simple. Our first movement is going to be jumping jacks. If you were in my class, I believe it was last night, we were talking about intentional jumping jacks. So not a throwaway jumping jack, all right? First things first, our feet, all right? Feet always first because we stand on our feet. They do a lot of work for us all day, every day. So we wanna make sure that we're moving on them nicely. So when you're doing your jumping jacks or any type of jumping movement, I want to make sure that I'm pressing off of the padding underneath my big toe, all right? This makes for nice Achilles movements, nice calf movements, gets us nice and springy. So when you're jumping out and in, keeping those knees soft, just getting nice and springy off of those big toes. Next movement with our jumping jack is obviously our shoulders, all right? So when you're bringing those arms up overhead, I want you to think about pulling your elbows behind your head so that you're getting a nice opening movement on your shoulder blades, on your scapula, all right, which we spent a lot of time with, all right? So that's our jumping jack, that's part one. Our second movement is gonna be body weight squats. Again, simple, we're just getting in touch with our hips. So for your body weight squat option, if you have a couch, a chair, a bench, something to use like as a target, like as a bullseye for your glutes when you come to the bottom of that squat, all right, go for it. Otherwise, just give me nice, beautiful squats. I don't care how low you go. I just ask that that chest stays up and doesn't fall forward because again, we want to be mindful of our back. So even if you can only go like a tiny dip with keeping that chest up, that's what I want you to do. Our third movement is going to be an in and out. If you have ever used an agility ladder, which Trident folks, if you went there, you absolutely used one because we did them a lot. You can envision that you have a ladder on the ground in front of you. If not, if you have a mat, that's fine. If you don't have a mat and you just have a little bit of space in front of you, that's fine too. All we're gonna do here, I'm gonna step my feet in, step my feet out, step in, step out, step in, step out. All right, moving forward, and then when you run out of room, we're moving back. Keeping those shoulders up, all right, and back. All right, if you don't have any space to move forward and back, you can stay in one spot. You don't have to move around. Work with whatever you got. All right, third movement is bear squats. So for your bear squat, we're gonna come down to the ground on all fours. I want you to take that same setup that we did for those cat-cows. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. From there, you're gonna elevate your knees about a ½ inch off the floor, and we're crawling forward and crawling back. Utilize whatever space you have, all right? So even if you can only take 1 to 2 steps, that's all you're gonna take, all right? If that crawl is too much for you, just hold that bear position, meaning come to all fours, tuck those toes under, lift those knees a ½ inch to 1 inch off the ground and hold that position, all right? Both options work. Final exercise is a plank, all right? Forearm plank, forearms down, legs back, nice strong hold. All right, so those are our movements. Again, 15 seconds with 5 seconds of rest. We are hitting 4 rounds here, all right? So again, if you need to take a rest at any time, rest as much as you need, jump right back in when you're ready, all right? Thumbs up, we good? All right, let's get ready. We are going to start this time. I'm gonna turn the music up, and we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Hitting those jumping jacks. Good. All right, 5 seconds. And time. All right, quick rest. We're going right into our body weight squats. And let's go. 5 seconds. And time. All right, quick rest. We got our in and out next. And let's go. All right, 5 seconds. Nice and light on your toes. And time. All right, we're hitting the ground now. We've got our bear crawl coming up. Bear crawl or bear hold. And let's go. Nice, guys. Keep those hips down. Keep those hips down. 3, 2, and you can stay down. We're going into our plank next. And let's go, plank hold. All right, 5 seconds. And time. All right, 1 round down. Back up, back to the start of round 2. Good, and let's go, round 2. Back to our jumping jacks. Maybe a little faster this time, maybe not. And 5 seconds. And time. All right, quick shake out. We're hitting our body weight squats next. And let's go. 5 seconds. And time. All right, get ready for those in and outs. And let's go. In and out, out. Keep that chest up. 5 seconds. Like we're cha-chaing. And time. All right, bring it down. We're hitting those bear crawls. Bear holds. moving quick, moving quick. 5 seconds. And time, stay down. We've got our plank next. And let's go. 15-second hold. Squeeze everything you got. Press those arms into the ground. 5 seconds. And time. All right. Back to the top. Give you a little bit more of a rest here. We're going into our third round. We're 2 down, 2 to go. All right, 3, 2, let's go. Round 3. And 5 seconds. And time. All right, going into our squats. Let's go. Three, 2, and time. All right, in and out's coming next. Let's go. Cha-cha-cha-cha. 5 seconds. 2, and time. All right, let's bring it down. We got our bear crawls. And let's go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right, stay down. We got our plank. And everybody up. Squeeze those fists. Forearms pressing the ground. Quads, calves, everything is firing off here for 5 seconds. And time. All right, we are back to the top. We got our 4th round coming. And let's go. All right, 3 seconds. And time. All right, squats coming in 2, 1. Let's go. 6 seconds. And time. All right, in and out. Get ready. And let's go. Niggas talking shit, I'm a dead bet. I live what I rap, we live in the net. She do me a fuck, we try to intercept. Checkmate like a check down the road. 3, 2, and time. All right, let's bring it down. We got our bear crawls. And let's go. All right, 7 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right, stay down. Last plank of this round. And let's go. Push strong, get your contact. Bitches want to talk to me, get contact. 6 seconds. And time. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Are we warm? Is everybody warm? All right. Whew. All right, round 1 down. So let's get into our strength portion. So folks, hydrate, take some deep breaths, slow that heart rate down. I am about to talk quite a bit, so you will have time to bring it down a little bit. All right, so for our strength portion tonight, our lower body focus is going to be on our hinge pattern, all right? Our upper body focus for this is going to be on our shoulders and our shoulder mobility and stability. All right, so our first movement tonight is going to be the single leg deadlift. All right, this is one of my, personally, one of my favorite movements. I love it. There are a lot of different loading options for this, where you could use any type of weight works, but you could either load this not at all and just focus on this body weight. It is still a very challenging movement regardless. You could use either one weight or you could use two weights. All right, so I will show you what all those will look like. So let's talk about the deadlift itself first. So my single leg deadlift, obviously I'm going single leg, right, as the name says. All right, so my standing foot, the foot that I am stabilizing on, all right, I like to pretend that my foot has, if you pretend that your foot has like 4 corners to it, your pinky toe, your big toe, and then the back 2 parts of your heel. Think about pressing all of those portions of your foot into the ground evenly, all right? Even think about like gripping the ground with your feet. This is actually an easier movement to do if you don't have shoes on, or if you have like flat-soled shoes. Those are better. If you're wearing running shoes, it makes it a lot harder because they're pretty cushiony. Just food for thought option, you can take your shoes off if you want to. Obviously, you're home. What the heck are you doing? It doesn't matter. So that's my stabilizing foot. Now my other leg is just as important as this loading leg. I want you to keep this back leg super, super straight. I know it's hard to tell because I have baggy pants on, but this leg is super straight. Now this is gonna be your guiding leg. So from here, I'm gonna come down into my deadlift. Jesus, oh my gosh. I'm gonna come down into the movement. All right, so I'm hinging, pausing at the bottom, driving up nice and tall top. So again, I'm reaching back with my rear leg, hinging with my front leg, spine stays super, super neutral, all right? And my focus is on this glute and this hamstring and leg. So again, one more time, if you're taking this body weight, what that movement looks like, hinging that front leg, dropping that chest, hyper loading this leg, all right? So I am thinking all about my glute. I'm thinking all about my hamstring. All right. And also keeping that upper body intact. Okay. Now, my loading options for this. Again, you can go just body weight. If you're going to if you want to load, you can take one weight, hold it on the same side leg as you're lifting. All right. And take that movement from there. Now, your other option is if you have 2 weights, just pretend that I have a belt in each hand, a weight in each hand. You can double load that movement, all right? And that'll obviously twice the weight, it'll be twice as hard. Key point with the single leg deadlift, one more thing that I'm gonna say about this, remember that this is a hinge pattern. So if I'm in a deadlift, all right, remember I've got bent knees here, all right? My knees are bent, my butt is back, my spine is flat. This would be like a 2-foot deadlift, right? The bottom of this position is the bottom of my single leg deadlift. So this leg is bent here, all right? That's what helps it to load the hamstring and the glute. If I have this leg straight, you can see the difference there. I'm taking away that activation. I'm not hitting my glute at all. That's more of a balance exercise, where for here, we want to properly load those muscles. So make sure that you're hinging. Again, I'll give you guys cues as I watch you and see how you're moving. That's our single leg deadlift. So rep-wise, anywhere between 5 and 8 reps on each side, okay? Our second movement is gonna be our press, all right? So we're going for a single arm press here from a standing position, all right? So both feet posted, my legs are straight, all right? And from here, I'm gonna press the belt up overhead. All right, now I'm gonna remind you of the warm-up that we did with our scapula, all right? So remember, at the top of my press, all right, I wanna pay attention to that shoulder. Remember how we were doing that elevation and depression? When you're at the top of this press, I want this shoulder depressed, all right? So it's a sad shoulder, all right? So just pull that down. Reason being, all right, I'll walk up here a little bit. Reason being, I don't wanna be like this. I want my shoulders to be square, all right? So packed shoulder, straight elbow, strong wrist, all right? Nice, strong presses, all right? Rep-wise for our presses, I'm gonna say anywhere between 5 and 8 reps, all right? Same rep scheme as your deadlifts. I wanna make it simple for everyone. Our fourth movement is going to be a good morning, all right? Now for this, you'll take your weight. I actually want you to take, why doesn't everybody do this along with me so that they know where we're going? But I want you to take your weight, kind of hold that in front of, like in front of your belly, like right between your belly button and your hip bone. All right, so my shoulders are back. From here, I want you to take your feet about hip distance apart, maybe slightly wider. Now from here, I want you to just gently push the bell or your dumbbell into your hips so that your hips are going back. Spine stays flat. I want you to pause when you feel your hamstrings, then powerfully drive those hips forward, stand up and squeeze your glutes. So push back, load, push up, squeeze. Yes, back and load, up and squeeze. All right, so same pattern as that single leg deadlift. All right, we're kind of just rolling over that again. All right, repetition, that's how we learn. Your final movement, I'm sorry, for those good mornings, same rep scheme between 5 and 8. Finally, our last movement, we have halos. All right, this is lotion for your shoulders. If you have a kettlebell, I prefer to do this with the handle down. I know I'm wearing all black and the bell is black. That's not the easiest to see. But if you have a dumbbell, obviously you could use them too. Now from here, my head stays still, circling the weight around my head. All right, so I want you to think shoulder space here. All right, shoulder space. All right, so we're gonna take between, I'm gonna say anywhere, oh my gosh, do you see this animal? All right, so we are going to take 5 reps on each side, okay? All right, so that is our strength portion. So we are starting out again. We've got single leg deadlifts between 5 and 8 on each side. We've got presses between 5 and 8 on each side. We've got good mornings, again, between 5 and 8. And then we've got halos, which for those, you could do 5 per side, so 10 total. All right, we are taking 3 sets of this. And I want everybody to start on their non-dominant side, all right? So if your right side is stronger than your left, which for most of us are right-handed, that's how it is. I want you to begin on your left side for all of the exercises, okay? Sound good? All right, let's get after it. We got 3 sets. You're a maniac. All right, let's go, guys. So we're starting out with those single leg deadlifts. Good. Yep, try to keep those hips nice and square. So remember, reaching back with that non-loading leg. Try to get that chest square to the floor. Spine stays super, super neutral. Right, and I find it helpful too with these. If you find one spot on the ground that doesn't move, keep your gaze on that one spot. That will help you to keep your balance. Good, nice Christina. Nice Monique. Good, nice Jen. Good, Jen. After that press, I want you to bring that elbow so that your forearm is like in line with your ribcage. So just keep that elbow in nice and tight. Yeah. Good. Nice, Christina. Good. Good, yes. So Susan, I want you to mirror me here. So after that press, I want you to bring that weight down to here. So keep that elbow in nice and tight. Yeah. And you can rotate slightly on that way up. Yep, that's good. Good, perfect. Nice. Yep. Good. And then after those presses, we're going into those good mornings. So again, for those good mornings, I'm going about hip distance apart with my feet. Weight is at my belly. Pushing those hips back, standing and squeezing. Nice presses there, Monique. Good. Nice, Mama. Nice, Christina. Good. All right, yep, and after those good mornings, then we have halos. Good, yep, so for those halos, I want you to keep that torso nice and still. Try to only move your shoulders. Yeah. It can be a little bit of a ponytail poker. Good. Yep. Alternating 5 in each direction. Try to get those elbows to point up behind your head. Good. And when you're done with those halos, you can put that belt down, shake it out. Give yourself a little bit of rest if you need. Remember, it's not a race. And then we're going to start that second set. Good, Monique. I would say maybe step your feet a little bit farther apart. That'll help with your stability a little bit. Yeah. There you go. Nice, Jen. Uh-oh, Susan's going for 2 weights. Let's go, girl. Go, girl. That's good. And imagine, too, you can think about, like, pressing that back leg, the leg that's reaching back. Think about, like, pushing your heel into a wall behind you. Nice, mama. Good. Mama, you could try grabbing your hands behind your back. Try to grab your hands behind your back and open up your shoulders as you do that. Yeah. Good. Nice bend in that front knee. Remember, we're bending the front knee. Yes, Susan, that's a press. Good. Good. Yep, and Susan, so you can just go right up. Yeah. You don't have to rotate out first. Just try to go directly up. Yes. Good. There you go. Now you're sleeping. Good, Jen. I want you to open up that chest a little more. So try to not fold your spine forward. Think about reaching back with your extending legs. So open up your chest. Good. Yeah, and that's a cue that I would say for everybody too. On that single leg deadlift, as you're going down, imagine that I'm like in front of you pulling on your shirt like this. I want that chest open. Christina, nice. Nice, Monique.
Hey, Jill. You know, sugar daddy. When you sugar, they tell me, say you can have whatever you like. Say you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Sex on me, control no I keep problems all night, baby. You can have whatever you like.
Very nice, Susan. Those look awesome. Looking strong. Everyone's looking strong. Good. Nice, Jen.
Yeah, I want your body, need your body, cause you got me, you won't need nobody, you want it, I gotta go get it, I got it, from me,
Good. I think we got some folks starting that third set here. Three, Jen. 3. Jen, if you want to get another set in, some folks just started the third. That is an option, girl. Hey. You can never do too many deadlifts and presses. That's actually not true. You totally can, but not today. Nice presses, mama. Is that the 10 or is that the 8? No. I like your honesty. I was gonna say that thing's flying. Nice, Monique. Good. All right, folks, when you are done with that third set, grab a drink.
Boy, I went through this big boy in your lifetime. It's so weird, it's so bright. Every this big boy in your life, that's right. I want your body, I need your body. You got me, won't need your body. You want it, I gotta go get it. I got them up, be quiet. Sex so damn true, no, I keep my lungs all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I say you can have whatever you like.
All right.
So tight, I can't so gentle. You like, baby, you can go wherever you like. I say you can go wherever you like.
All right, we got some folks finishing up here. Take your time. Bum, 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 bum. All right, nice, Monique. Deadlift's looking good. All right. And folks, yep, when you are done with that third set, just grab a drink, take a knee so that I could see that everybody is finished, and then we will get into our finishing rounds. Beautiful. All right. So for our finishing round, we're going to take a lot of these same movement patterns that we've been working. And like I said, this is going to be a conditioning finisher. So again, we're going back to the clock. We're going back to time sets. This time, our time sets are going to be a little bit longer. All right. Our work time is going to be 25 seconds. All right. So we're adding 10 seconds to what we were working earlier. And our rest time is going to be 15 seconds. So we're adding 10 seconds to both. All right. We've got 4 movements that we are going to be focusing on. Now, this first movement, I'm actually going to have everybody do these along with me so that you can really learn and understand how they're done. So for this first one, we're going to hit some plyo jumps or plyo triple extensions. All right. So this is essentially an explosive hinge pattern. All right. Which we were just working with our good mornings and with our single leg deadlifts. All right. So from here, I'm going to start from a standing position. My feet are a little bit wider, hip distance apart. All right, from here, I want you to go into a nice deep hinge, just like you're at the bottom of that good morning. Now, from here, pay attention to where the weight in your body is. So the weight right now is in your heels. From here, I want you to shift that weight into your toes and come up onto your tiptoes. All right, so that's 1 rep. So again, weights in my heels, weights on my toes, weights in my heels, weights on my toes. We're shifting back and forth. So you're moving that weight of your body back and forth. All right, so big balance challenge there. Now, that's option A. If that feels easy for you, your other option is to turn that into a full jump. All right, in which case you're going to send those hips back, come up onto your toes. All right, and land nice and soft on your knees. Your third option, which I am not going to demonstrate because just for time's sake, but also because I know most of you don't have kettlebells. But if you do have a belt and you are comfortable with your 2-hand swing, option to take a 2-hand swing here as well. because that, just like a plyo jump, is an explosive hinge pattern, and that's what we're looking for this movement. If you don't have a swing, I do not want you swinging dumbbells. I'm not a fan of a dumbbell swing. So your choices will either be the plyo triple extension jump or a kettlebell swing. Now, our second movement is going to be push-ups. All right. So for your push-ups, 25 seconds is a long time to do push-ups. So number one, when we're doing push-ups for time, pace yourself. All right. Because if you come out too hot, you're going to fatigue in like 10 seconds. All right. So I would say for 25 seconds, a good rep range to shoot for, about 8 reps. All right. Maybe like 7 to 10, probably no more than 12, somewhere around there. So choose a push-up variation that works for you for that rep range. Your options are obviously either to perform your push-ups on the ground. All right. In which case I'm looking for, all right, we're revisiting that pelvic tuck. All right. Right. I'm also starting out with protracted shoulders. All right. From there, you're going to take your push-ups, hips and shoulders, hips and elbows move at that same pace. If you can't do your push-ups on the ground, your other option is to come to an elevated surface. All right. You can go to a windowsill. You can come up onto a bench. All right. Take your push-ups from there. Or if you don't have that, you can also come up onto a wall. All right. I just asked, I'm not a huge fan of knee push-ups because we want to train our bodies to be strong in a plank position, and the knees eliminate us from being able to do that. So if you can't do your full push-up on the ground, go for an elevated surface. If that's not available, you always have the option to hold a tall plank in place of your push-up. All right. Third movement, we've got sprawls. So for your sprawl, I'm going to jump back into a tall plank and jump up. So essentially we're doing a burpee minus the jump at the top. Other option for that, you can take this off of an elevated surface as well if you don't want to come onto the ground. That's your option. Our fourth and final movement is going to be a hollow hold. All right, so our hollow hold essentially is a reverse plank. So everybody onto the ground right now. I want you to get into this hollow position with me. All right, so we're going to start out sitting up. I want you to squeeze your knees together. I know it's a little hard to see with this coloring, but I want you to squeeze your knees together. Pull your toes up towards your face. Shoulders are back. I want you to make fists. Now from here, I'm going to start leaning my back. All right, and I want you to pause when you feel your abdominals engaged. All right, when you feel your core firing off, that's your hollow hold. Option to make this harder, straighten out your legs and lift them off the ground. Option to make this harder even still, start coming down to the ground. All right, pause when you find a range that you can hold for that 25 seconds. Again, if you need to break in between, break, jump right back up. All right, so those are our 4 movements. This is our finishing round. All right, so we are going to get ready into this position and we are cycling through this 3 times and then we are done. All right, so let's get set, and we are starting out with those plyo jumps in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. All right, good. Good, so remember, arms back all the way down, arms up. Good, all right, we've got 8 seconds. Good, 3, 2, and time. All right, 15 seconds rest here, then we're going into our push-ups. So get yourself into that push-up position. We are starting in 6 seconds. And let's go. There you go, guys. Remember, pace yourself, pace yourself. We've got about 15 seconds remaining here. 15 seconds. There you go. Nice, Christina. 5 seconds. And time. All right, we're hitting our sprawls next. Sprawls next, yep. All right, we've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and let's go. So remember, I'm jumping back, standing up. There you go, nice. Everyone's got it. All right, 15 seconds. All right, 5 seconds here. 3, 2, and time. All right, going on the ground, we've got our hollow holds, hollow holds. And let's go. All right, guys, we got 15 seconds left here. Remember, if you need to come out of this position, if you start to feel anything not so great, drop out of the position, go right back up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right, we're going back to the top. 1 down, 2 to go. All right, we're going back to our plyo jumps. Good. All right, 3, 2, and let's go. So remember, arms back. Good. So ready, Susan? I want you to go with me here. Ready? We're going arms back. Yep. Now jump. Down. Jump. Yes. There you go. You got it. All right. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right. Second round of push-ups coming up. Let's try to meet or surpass whatever rep count you hit last round. And 3, 2, let's go. Nice, Mama. Nice, Monique. Charlotte, I trust you are dominating the push-ups over there. We've got 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right, 10 seconds, then we're hitting those scrolls. 3, 2, and let's go. Good, down and up again. Pace yourself, pace yourself. Good, nice reps, full complete reps. Stand up tall at the top. 15 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right, let's bring it to the ground. We've got our hollow holds. 5 seconds. And let's go. Everybody up. Good. Remember, pull those shoulders back and down. Again, pretend I'm in front of you, pulling on the front of your shirt. I want that chest open, open, open. 15 seconds. Nice, team. Good, good. Keep holding. You've got 7 seconds. And 3, 2, and time. All right, 2 down. Last round coming up. Let's finish strong here. All right, 5 seconds and we're hitting it. 3, 2, and let's go. Good, back and up. Good, there you go, Jen. There you go, Susan. Nice, Monique. Nice, Christina. Nice, Mama. All right, let's go, Charlotte. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. All right, last round of push-ups here. Last round, best round here. 5 seconds. And let's go. Good, remember to do a little check-in with that pelvis. Make sure that that tailbone is tucked, that those glutes are tight. The goal is to get a glute cramp during your push-up. All right, 5 seconds. And time. Done and done. We got sprawls and hollow hold, and we are done, folks. All right, last round of sprawls coming up here. And 3, 2, let's go. Nice, Mama. Mama, be grateful you can do this again. Nice, Monique. Come on, girl. We've got 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, and time. Woo. All right, let's take a load off. We've got that hollow hold, and we are done. Bring it down. And let's go. Everybody on your back again. Pull those shoulders back and down. Press that lower back into the ground. Make those legs active. Make those feet active. Squeeze those fists. You've got 15 seconds. All right, final 5, 3, 2, and time. All right, you can stay down on the ground, lie down on your back. Bring both arms overhead or to your belly and just start taking some nice deep breaths. Slow that heart rate down. Whew, lie down and breathe, lie down and breathe. Whew. Solid work, everybody. Freaking crushed it tonight. And guys, when you are ready, you can pull both knees up and into your chest. Bring your right hand to your right knee, left hand to your left knee. Lie that back down flat. Just start giving yourself some nice gentle knee circles down here. We're still focusing on your breath. I just want you to bring a little bit of movement. Inhaling as the knees come up. Exhaling as you push those knees down and away. Draw big circles with those knees. Maybe change direction. And then from here, I want you to bring both knees together. Take your left hand to the top of that right knee. Right arm comes out to the side. Pull both knees across your body. Turn and look towards that right hand. Nice simple spine twist. And bring both knees back to the center. Right hand comes to the top of the left leg. Pull both legs up and over to the right. Extend that left arm out. Couple breaths there. And you can bring both knees back to the center. Give them one more squeeze in. And maybe from here, start rocking your body back and forth. Giving that back a little bit of a massage. Rolling, 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 rolling. Maybe rolling enough so that you come up all the way to a seat. Ah. And when you're ready, stand up. Ah. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Killed it, Susan. Boom.
Thank you. It was
Loved
great.
it. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
So
you,
good to see
Robin.
all of you. Thank you. Tomorrow night, 6:30 friendly reminder to everybody if you want to pop on. 6:30 is class time tomorrow. Yeah. And that's all I
Thank
got. Enjoy
you.
your night tonight.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, 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 bye.